Welcome. Welcome to Wilder Mine.
Papa Juia.
Win in Michigan.
There you go, man. Cheers.
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 Welcome in.
Not reaching over this time, JB.
Thank you, boys, for having me.
Yes, sir.
Tasty and cold.
Well, here we go. Another episode of Wilder Minds. I don't even know what episode we're on right now, but
Enough.
we are back. We are all in studio, and we actually have a guest today.
We do. For those of you that are watching and listening, we've got a special guest today who is now up to speed on cheese wheels
Learn something
In
every
England.
day.
every day. Pro fisherman Dakota EBARE. Let's get that right. Dakota
Don't mess-
EBARE.
I don't understand how people can make the easiest name in the world like so damn difficult.
I mean, it's literally spelled E-B-A-R-E.
EBARE. EBARE. It's
EBARE.
very
Dakota
easy.
EBARE.
But from Louisiana, that throws it into a million different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
people think you got to throw the French in there, the Cajun
I've
in
actually
there.
argued with somebody for 5 minutes on how to spell my last name. They're like, so it's EBARE. No,
Yeah.
it's EBARE. So it's spelled Herbert. No, it's spelled EBARE. Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
I think.
Pretty much my
Like
whole
the
life.
quarterback?
Yeah. Unreal.
It's like Hey Bear. It's like Hey Bear for us. That would be the
well,
equivalent.
we
Y'all
got
say hey bear up here?
Hey Bear.
Oh wow.
Way up that we do
Yeah.
in
Up
Alaska.
here. Yeah.
When we have to.
that is
Hey,
the
Bear.
official defense for bear attacks in Alaska. I don't know if you do that or not.
Hey
but
Bear.
Hey, Bear.
That is, we have stopped.
They stop.
We have successfully
Do they
stopped
stop?
every attempted bear attack we've ever had by screaming
Hey,
"Hey,
Bear."
bear."
Oh my God! Will you knock on
Yeah.
something here? We're leaving for Alaska and
I
now.
just said
it's
shut
like
out
shut
the
out
third.
the third. He just said it. Now here we
Oh
go.
boy.
Yeah.
Well, I know what happened.
Yeah.
Jinx yourself.
Yeah.
Here.
You'll know when you
exactly
hear
right.
it. You
Yep.
know when you hear it.
Well, we'll find out. You blame me when you get this one on film.
Yeah.
Well, fast forward, and it's funny because the guy at the tackle store told us, he was like, "Man, he's like, you're probably gonna end up catching a muskie. You know, we fish all summer long for the chance to catch one, and
Yeah.
bass fishermen catch them all the time by accident, and we catch big bass all the time, and we don't care about catching them. And I'll be damned, the first daggum day we went out there, and I'm in a brand new, my first new boat that I'd ever had. My buddy that was with me at the time, he's throwing a buzz bait at the back of the boat, and this giant muskie comes up and eats it. And he gets it all the way to the side of the boat, and he's like, dude, I got to get it. I got to take a picture of this thing. And I was like, man, the guy told us do not, put him in your boat because
Yeah.
they'll destroy it.
Cradle
Like,
them
don't
and keep them in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Well, he's just dying to have a picture of this thing. I'm like, dude, whatever, but just don't drop him.
Yeah.
Brand new boat. You know how musky.
yeah, that's the.
Musky
Musky,
stinks.
stinky, slimy.
Bruh, he picks this thing up, and I have a picture. Like, I'd have to go way back in my iMessage thing, but I have a picture of it. Like, that's whenever those live pictures first come out.
Yeah.
And the picture, like, when you press it, it's him slapping him clean across the side of the face, and then he drops it in the bottom of the boat, and it just wrecks out my boat.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, we could have burned the boat. It's
Carpet?
so bad. Oh, carpet, absolutely.
Oh no.
Yep.
Well, one of the things I've noticed is when you came out hot. You fished.
See, everybody says that.
Didn't you fish like 20 or 35?
Well, I did, but it's funny because everybody's like, man, you just come out of nowhere and start having success. I'm like, no, man, I was grinding in the trenches for a few years. Y'all just didn't hear about me because it wasn't an overnight success story. You know, I graduated in 2017 from college, and at that point I made a decision. I was like, look, man, I'm going to see if I can make this work.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to go all in on it. And I'd saved up a little bit of money and from working every job that I possibly could. And you know, one thing led to another with other opportunities, but whenever I got that opportunity, I ran with it. You're right, and I fished as many tournaments as I possibly could.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like, I guess, my staple. Like, that was what people knew me as a guy that was going to fish every tournament that was out there.
If there's a tournament, you're there.
I
You're
was
fishing.
there,
Yeah.
you know, and I hate that I've kind of gotten away from that in a way, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why I'm struggling right now.
Yeah.
It's just the business side of things has kind of gotten to me where it seems like I'm not on the water as much as I used to, and I think that's definitely hurt me. So I've got to learn, and I've heard that me and Kevin have had those conversations, and that's just part of the growth of the business and learning how to. It's easy in the beginning whenever you don't have any expectations, you don't have any obligations.
Yeah.
You know, it's just you fishing, trying to make something of yourself, trying to make it work.
Doing the thing.
Just doing it.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you got all these outside obligations in life and everything else that starts getting in the way, and learning how to, I mean, they're all important, very important. I mean, we can't do it without those business obligations, and you're thankful to have them.
Yep.
But learning how to facilitate all of them in a productive way to where you make those guys happy.
Yep.
And, you know, you do a good job for them, but you're also able to maintain that success.
But speaking of, you got a pretty big controversy in the fishing space not too long ago. This was last year with the weights.
Oh, yeah.
The guy sticking weights down in there. That's
wild.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and I
man.
think the
Lead-
bass fishing
lead
industry
weights.
got a bad rap for that. We had nothing to do with it.
It had
was
nothing
walleye.
to do with
It was
that.
walleye.
That was
Yeah.
But dude,
walleye.
man, I got buddies I used to rodeo with in Australia. Literally, I swear, one of these guys I knew from rodeoing back in the day. He lives in Australia, and he called me. He's like, "Mate, what are y'all doing over there?" Like the weights of
That
the
video
fish. I'm like,
blew-
What?
it
It's like,
blew
it's on
up.
the news in Australia. I'm like, holy smokes,
Yeah,
we hit
that
it big.
blew up, man. That was
Gosh, it was
insane.
a big deal.
And those dudes have been doing it
Forever.
Well,
years.
And then I think he had felonies for doing stuff illegally hunting too.
Yeah,
That's
they.
I think he had killed a bunch of deer.
That is astronomical. Like I just, it's unfathomable to me that someone was like, "Hey, throw some."
and they're
lead
suspicious.
weights.
They were suspicious of those guys for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they sniffed
Oh, yeah.
something was going on, and then when they finally started pulling those weights out, those guys were going ape shit because they knew. They're like, I knew it.
But I mean,
Oh.
they had like stole
hundreds of thousands of
hundreds of
dollars.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah. For
But-
anybody listening that doesn't know, I'll give a quick
Yeah,
recap.
yeah.
So in a walleye tournament, 2 guys were caught stuffing basically lead weights and lead balls in the bellies,
bellies of
of
the fish.
walleye.
Yeah.
So that when it came weigh-in time, they obviously would win these tournaments. And they went by scot-free, as I understand it,
For a
couple
while.
years.
for like a couple years.
Yeah.
To your point, taking hundreds of thousands of dollars, winning boats, I mean,
Yeah.
And what's so wild about it is the fish that they had, and I don't know the fine details of everything, but we heard enough about it. But the fish that those guys had that day were big enough to win.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Without even putting
Without
the
even
damn
putting
weights
the
in
weights
them.
in there.
And then, like, dude, they didn't put like 1 ounce lead weights
No.
in them. They put like 6, 7, 8
Yeah.
ounce, like giant-
cannonballs.
Yeah.
Like, what an idiot. Like,
Yeah.
dude, you weren't even discreet about it for one. Number 2, you would have won without even the weights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's just, but that just probably shows how like arrogant they were in a sense that they didn't really care about getting caught too bad, you know, like.
Quick story. My first bass fishing experience is a long story, and it's a good one. I don't have time for it. But the very first time we had like a 20-horse outboard on a John boat, and this was probably in 1992, right on Wixom Lake.
Yep.
And Woody and I dropped the old boat in. This is our lake. Like, we're gonna win this.
Yes,
we
that's
know. We know we're gonna win. We know where all the fish are, but they were up, in the river. So we had like a 7 mile run. So we drew the first paddle. So bam, we drew number 1. Like, hell yeah, man. We can launch first.
Yeah.
So it's dark, and we're nervous, and we get in there, and all of a sudden we didn't know much about bass fishing tournaments whatsoever. And then all these like rangers are dropping in these skeeter boats. I mean, we're like,
You got a 20 horse.
we thought this was like a derby. This was not a derby.
Were you in the dinghy
This-
that Tommy Boy was in when he was sitting out there
Yes,
floating in the water?
pretty much. And to
How
make
fast
it worse,
did they go by you?
so fast. And to make it worse, there was this boat was in Woody's grandpa's barn, and it leaked oil all over. There's oil all over the bottom of the boat, so you couldn't stand up. You'd fall on your ass. And then we realized you had to have life jackets on here. So we dug around, and we both had these oily orange neck
ones.
jackets.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
And we looked like assholes. And we were in high school. So we drew first paddle, and we're like, doesn't matter now. We got all these, 175, 200 horse outboards, and we start going, and and I'm holding up the paddle because it said you got to hold your paddle up. So I'm holding the paddle up 1, 30 goes by, 40 goes by, and they're all going to the spot where we wanted to go. So by the time we get there, the sun's way up. It's like an hour and a half later. I got oil all over me, and we have an aerator because then the day before we read the regulations, we got to keep these fish alive. So God damn it. So we can't throw them on a
At least
stringer.
Are you
at least
blowing
read the
into a tube?
regulations. That's a new start. So we're good
Pretty
there.
similar to my first college tournament experience.
Can't
but not
throw them
quite
on a
as bad.
stringer. God damn it. So we get this like orange tub from a company that sold plastic tubs in town. Threw it in there. We got an aerator from C&J's general store. And we got that baby ripping. So we have the live well going. We got the jackets. We got oil. But we're going to our spot.
You're going to win.
They can't get in as far as us because we got the John boat.
Yeah.
So we get back in there. We catch one fish all day. We get our asses kicked. So then we got to head back for weigh-in. On the way back, we run out of gas. We never even make weigh-in. Row it back. I mean, it was a debacle.
With your one paddle?
And on the way out, to make it worse, this is just, I'm surprised we even did tournaments again. So I'm on the boat, and Woody backs the trailer in, and they're doing the weigh-in and giving all the, 14 pounds, 7 ounces, big bass, So we wanted to, under the cover of darkness, get the boat out so no one saw us. So real secretly get it out. So he backs in. He's got an old F-150 two-wheel drive, gets her in there. It's a little slick. I pulled the boat up, and I was just going to ride it up ride it up. God damn it, if that boat didn't fall out. I'm in the boat, in the parking lot, sitting in the boat.
On the pavement.
And Woody takes off. I'm like, oh, stop, boom, boom. And I'm sitting in there, and everybody turns around and looks at these two assholes with the John boat.
You're just sitting in the boat in the parking lot.
The boat made a lot of noise.
Oh, it was so loud. It was so loud. It fell from the sky. And I didn't have my orange jacket on. I threw that off, and we loaded it up, grabbed it, threw it on there, got out of there, and never came back for a year. Worst experience of all time.